Hello everyone, welcome back to Weekend. It's Rahman, and I'm gonna be your host for this series. I'm here with my co-host Noval Adi Prasetya. Hello Noval, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Zakwan.
How are you today?
I'm very well. How about you, Zakwan?
I'm feeling good, and don't forget to. I would like to thanks to Allah Subhanahu wa Taala because we are still given health favors to be here, and do not forget to give salawat and salam to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who taught their people goodness. So, Noval, what are we
Yes.
going to talk today?
So, today's topic is tips and tricks about skill set competency to studying in a broad country.
Wow, sounds really exciting for me.
Indeed,
And
Zakwan. And today we have a special speaker, and that is Mr. Fahmi Rizky Fahroji.
who is Noval? Tell us.
So, Mr. Fahmi is an anthropologist and researcher with wide experience in ethnography, and also qualitative and quantitative researcher, market research companies, and general consultancies, both with government agencies and private sectors.
Wow, he sounds really talented.
Of course.
So, without any further ado, please welcome Mr. Fahmi Rizky Fahroji.
Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear clearly my voices?
Can pick
Yes.
here.
Okay, I just would like to ask you, the MC, the host. Sure, we will conduct this session with English or Indonesia.
With English, full English.
English. Nice.
Okay, so I think I will be speaking with English too. Yeah, right?
Yes, of
Yeah.
course.
Okay.
So, hello, Mr. Fahmi.
Yeah, hello.
How was your
Yeah,
morning?
yeah, it is good. I feel good, better, and also I'm in the middle of busyness today, but yeah, it's quite right for me.
Did you have your breakfast, sir?
Yes, I did. Thank you for asking that question.
Uh, yeah. Did you have your coffee also?
Yeah, here's a cup of coffee
Good.
Oh,
accompanying me to talk to you all. Nice.
yes. In a sunny day. So, Sir Fahmi, we've seen your CV and we know several backgrounds of you, and we would like to ask a couple of questions.
Yeah,
Can we?
yeah, okay, you can.
And the first question of the day is, would you like to tell us the story behind your exchange to Albert Ludwig University?
Yeah, okay, thank you for the question, Noval and Zakwan. Yeah,
Yeah.
may I say that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, okay, good morning, everyone.
Yes,
I
morning.
hope you are well in wherever you are now. I actually had field work in 2019 in Freiburg, Germany. It is located in southern Germany, specifically, and I've been there for around 1 month, doing my undergraduate thesis fieldwork there, and under supervised by Albert Ludwig Freiburg University, as you mentioned before.
Yes.
Actually, there are no specific motivation or reasons I would like to share with you all today, but
Mm.
I think I just want to share the stories behind or beyond how could I go there? How could I visit such a forestry institution research in Germany with my background in anthropology? It was so interesting.
Mm.
First, I in 2018, a year prior to joining the research fieldwork, I was researching about human and also human nature relation in Yogyakarta, Indonesia, under supervision at Universitas Gajah Mada. At that time, I proposed my paper based on my research in Puncak Becici. As you know, it is like nature-based community in Yogyakarta, in Bantul. I propose that to be aligned with what has been managed in Black Forest in Germany, in Freiburg.
Okay.
Uh, at the time, my supervisor, my undergraduate thesis supervisor, taught me that my proposal to student exchange is outstanding. One of the best papers at the time, and I was offered to go to Germany to do a field work, some kind like that, because it was essential for us, for anthropology student to go field work abroad, because anthropology itself is studying others mean not only Indonesian people, not
Okay.
only outside our communities. Like me, I am a Sundanese. I'm studying Japanese. Not only like that, but it is a broad perspective. So we need to conduct research in global north, such as German or maybe American, or any other communities in worldwide.
Yes.
So yeah, I think that's all the for our probation, our probing conversation prior to deepening our conversation in this session. That's all, Mas Noval and Zakwan.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Fahmi. Oh, so I heard that you live in Jogja, not right now.
I am living in Bandung right now
Oh,
because it is actually 1 month prior to go abroad as well. In September, I will be commencing my master study
Yes.
at University of Glasgow. So yeah, I am now living home with my family, with my parents in Bandung.
so you just study in Jogja.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So I would like to know, what are your preparation for your exchange?
Uh, hmm, the preparation. Actually, real story. Actually, there are a lot of preparations, right, before equipping myself to go abroad. But actually, I just prepare myself in mental aspects, such as to avoid culture shock. I learned a lot about their culture, how German will face Asian people, how I could intertwine with their culture, something like that. In administrative aspect, I prepare a lot with my English requirements. So I did my best to learn English, because one of requirements is to advance in English. So I did it with my relatives in college. Also, I did my course in German language, uh, in a
Huh.
basic German language. Yeah,
Yeah.
even though I know I knew it is only a basic one, but yeah, it is very helpful for me to introduce myself, only to probe my research proposal at Freiburg, in Freiburg. Sorry. Also, I was also preparing the research proposal,
Mhm.
because one of requirements from this tandem research exchange is uh, to what to equip students with methodological skills. So research proposal in Indonesia that was prepared is very helpful to be exchanged with other fellows in Germany. Yeah, I think that's three aspects that I had prepared during my time at student exchange.
Okay, and we would like to ask more question. The first question is: did you get any struggle during your preparation for exchange?
Yeah, actually, I struggle. Uh, yeah. There was struggle moment. There was a virus moment, especially when conducting research in Indonesia. There actually there are master and also undergraduate students joining these research collaborations. I also did my field work in Indonesia first with a German student as well with master student from anthropology from UGM anthropology. At that time, we competitively pitch our ideas to present what we want to do in a research collaboration in Germany. There was a research conference, something like that, to to responsibly to disseminate our findings, such as I did my research about nature-based communities, nature-based tourism communities in Puncak Becici, Yogyakarta. At the time, I present my paper as good as possible,
Yes.
and as my supervisor said at first, it is one of outstanding papers. So between undergraduate and master student, it can be equipped with with what advanced supervision in Freiburg. So yeah, I actually from 20 research students, only four of them were selected to go to Germany, and one of them is me.
Yeah, really awesome. That is a nice story.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Actually, that was not only nice but also
memorable.
uh,
Yeah.
actually, a struggle moment, something like.
Yeah, after the struggle moment, is there any unique stories behind your success?
Mm, unique stories. I think there was one. Uh, it is about uh, student life in when during my undergraduate study. I actually lived with four other students from the same college. At that time, uh, I should manage or should arrange my living costs, uh, because I couldn't manage it myself. So my what my books, like my all my stuff in my room, are packaged in like in a room that that are unknown room, because there are no one living in my room. So uh, there are no one living in my room, and at that time I should leave. So we should leave. And actually it was a funny moment, because my friend was difficulties to arrange all my stuff, and it is unique moment because at the time I was in Freiburg. So I could help any kind of stuffs that I could manage at all. So yeah, it is interesting and funny moment at the time.
Yeah, it sounds funny.
And before we continue, I want to say sorry for the background sound. and because here we have a couple of questions, so it's a bit long. Okay, and uh, could you tell a story, memorable story that you got during your exchange? Most memorable story.
Pardon me, could you repeat the question? Because I have unstable connection, I think. Or
Okay, um, in Germany, okay, in Germany, what is your most memorable story that you got?
okay, actually, all memories, all activities I had in Germany was unforgettable moments, was invaluable memories, I would say, because that was my first time going abroad, and that was yeah, the most invaluable moments actually during that time for me, for me. uh, I I could say that my research conduction in Germany uh, face difficulties or hardships in its conductions, such as I couldn't manage what my language to meet German people or native people there, especially in rural areas, because they were not English
Oh,
spoken person, so I couldn't manage it well. And at that time, I was so desperate because I I couldn't find any data or findings or facts that I want to uh, I want to research, because my research is in the forest area, especially in the rural area. So
mm,
yeah, it was so hard what to manage my language, actually my German language, because I am only a basic spoken person in German, and at the time I shared this. I told this story to my fellow student in Freiburg University. I said that I need a facilitator or maybe translator to bridge me with fellow natives. So they agreed to help me, and it was what it was unforgettable moment, because I could share thoughts, and also we could discuss more about Germany. We could disseminate or exchange knowledge about how Indonesia and also Germany manage such forest management in its own governance. So I think that was for me that couldn't be forgotten, and I just wrote the those memories on my undergraduate thesis as a last part of my thesis. I could, as a reflection of methodological dilemma. Yeah, in anthropology there was a section which students can write their stories in collecting data or a methodological approach. Yeah. So it was so that was, if you ask me about the unforgettable memories.
oh, looks so sweet. When you try to speak Germany and then you want your student to help you, it's so sweet.
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
uh,
yeah. I think may I add some things here? I
Of
think
course.
the research or what study abroad is not only to gain happiness or maybe to gain some knowledge, but
Mm.
also to be embedded with other with their cultures. Because if you know like an iceberg, the upside of iceberg is like a study abroad. You are traveling abroad. Uh, you are what meet you meet other people abroad, and it was some like funny and so happy moments. But there was a desperate moment, disappointment, and also the unhappiness that actually we should face. And at that time, I could reflect more about going abroad and study abroad. And I think this is the one that we need as Indonesians, as a student in Indonesia, should manage. Not only manage to study, but also to manage and to reflect with their culture, with their background, with their country, how to hold ourselves to embody it with such culture, with such habits and activities, something like that.
I agree with you because yeah, not only knowledge, and we also have relation, and then
Yeah,
and experiences, the bad experience and the good experience.
yeah. The bad and good one should be embraced.
Yes. And what benefits do you get during the exchange?
There are a lot of benefits, but I think this moment would be enough to share all of them. One of benefit that I can reflect is about that I could speak well and also arrange well in terms of academic settings. Like I could write well in academic writing, and also especially in English language. Yeah, so I could disseminate and be more confident in disseminating my ideas, as well in self development. I could be more confident to what to yeah to be challenging with other people. Also, I could manage my time well because German are respectfully with what time management. So at when leaving Germany for arriving in Indonesia, I should manage all my time as I could it in Germany. I think those are some slight benefits that I could share.
And now to ask how the native act to the new student, not only from Indonesia or from Asia or from the all around the world, how the native act.
Pardon me, could you repeat that question, please?
That's
Yeah, hello.
Hello, test. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I just can clearly hear your voice. Is it maybe my internet connection or yours?
Hello, can you hear us?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can hear it.
Yeah. I want to repeat the question. Um, how the native acts to the new student, not only from Indonesia, from around the world, how the native acts
Do you mean how the native or how the foreigners
the
are?
native the German people.
I still couldn't clearly your voice. Sorry.
uh, how the native acts the many people acts to the new student of not only from Indonesia but around the world. How the
Okay, I think it is about how the native or how the foreigners respond Indonesian people in foreign countries, especially when doing study, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I want to I want to reflect myself first because I think this is the crucial part to me to learn and how to adapt to the new environments quickly, especially in 1 month doing field work or studying abroad in Germany. Uh, because I have never been out of the country and only taken a study uh, one one time in abroad. So it is it would be easier for me to navigate myself to study first, to learn first how to meet other people, how to meet foreigner peoples. Actually, not that many stories I could share about how other foreigners respond, such Asian people like me or Indonesian people like me in abroad. But I had one story to share because it was such an interesting story. At the time, I could observe that only European people that could work with enjoyment and also work as a what uh, like a good job. But uh, I could divide, but the job division in Europe or maybe in Germany is still unclear because many black people. Sorry to start to tell this one because I think it is crucial to share. Many black people or African foremost countries that are living their wage with working as a labor as what a class labor, uh, selling drugs,
Oh,
living as a refugee, and it was such terrible, horrible because I think as ASEAN, as Asian people it is still a privilege for us to care to what to be able to study abroad and to have a privilege to live freely and also safely in abroad. Actually, at that time, during my break day in a research, I met this guy from from Middle East or from Africa. He offered me a drug with only €1, and I couldn't accept and also decline. But I I only interviewed him to why he and his group are selling this drug,
Mm.
because I think Germany is a prosperous country, a welfare country, as you know. It is one of among other European with higher welfare provision to their people. But the question remained at that time: why do other black people, or maybe black from the Middle East countries, or maybe from the poor countries, still what yeah still are still living behind? And this is only slight reflection for me. And at the time, as you questioned me that how the other, or the other people respond, it is enough. It is quite quite well to respond such as some people comparing to other black people.
Oh, so the reaction is good, but there's like a piece of, you know, the
The color, skin, and
yeah
uh, religion. Is there any?
problem.
Actually, there are no problems doing my time in Freiburg, but maybe there are uh, sensitive, uh, sensitive, sensitive, sensitive talks to talk to, such as uh, such as yeah uh, uh,
Yeah, we
a
know.
religious divisions between Christian and Jew, between Christian and Jews. How the Holocaust memories still remain uh, in their in German. So it is sensitive, but I actually admired with Freiburg City, because there was a statue to remind the phenomenon of Holocaust. So it was such interesting, because we all at the time, I think until now, are very selective in selecting the conversation topics. So the topics about religion, and also the race, as well as the the religion. These two topics are very sensitive to talk to, but it remains honored, and also you just need to respect others faith. Yeah.
And now we are gonna move on to the next question. What is your background that makes you want to continue your study in Glasgow University?
Yeah, thank you for the question. I will be enrolling as a student in Master of Research Human Geography human geography with a specific course in species, politics, and also ecologies. And I will be studying more about political ecology and how indigenous people are intertwined in such dynamics of political ecology. Because my previous background in anthropology, also in ecological anthropology, so I just want to widen my perspective in geographical things, also in a spatial site planning, because it will bring me more horizon to to widen my perspective in academia. Yeah.
Oh, so would you like to tell us how you got accepted in Glasgow University? Like how came?
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. I got accepted in Glasgow University because I applied my application, right?
Okay.
But specifically, I I researched first. I do my research. I did my research in every university in UK, so in other European countries such as Germany, and also in Norway. In Norway, but I think as my in academic setting, in terms of academic, because my previous background is in ecology and politics, so I just found out that University of Glasgow was one that matched with my passion as well. In terms of university, I think I need to refresh myself outside Germany or maybe outside Indonesia that I had experience before, because I just love with Scotland culture, with its uniqueness, but I couldn't share more about it because I'm still a basic in this knowledge. As well, in terms of application, I did my I sent my application to University of Glasgow, first with writing my motivation letter or my personal statement on what I want to study and how did my master's degree will equip me better in academia setting, and also why did I choose this university instead of this degree, because those three questions will appear in almost universities in UK or maybe in US. It can be as well. It was so interesting to me as I also have I am also passionate in writing, especially in academic writing. So I just tell them that I am passionate in writing, also in researching. So those motivation and also uh, the reasons behind these applications offered me a seat to enroll as a student. Yeah, that's Mas Noval and Zakwan.
Okay. And uh, what is your preparation for a study in Glasgow University?
Yeah, actually, there are a lot of preparations if in order to share these preparations. Actually, I should manage my accommodation there prior to joining the class as well. As well, I am now in preparation time, in pre-departure time, with my a sponsor of scholarships from LPDP, Lembaga Pengelola Dana Pendidikan, from the Ministry of Finance Indonesia. Yeah, thanks to LPDP because with this kind of sponsorship, with this kind of scholarship, it led me to study abroad. As well, the preparation, yeah, the hardest part is to achieve scholarship or to get the 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 scholarship. I applied for my scholarship in LPDP since February this year. Actually applied with several mechanism schemes that they are administering. So from the first phase of the selection is the administrative. So I applied with all my administration, with my application, with my motivation, my writings, my essay, my proposal to LPDP because I have a letter of unconditional offer, the letter of acceptance from University of Glasgow. I have been offered to the final selection of LPDP scholarship to be interviewed, to be profiled my patient as well as my reasons as well how LPDP would know about my contribution in the near future after completing my study at the UK in the UK. I just what I just make use my patient in anthropology as my previous background to be aligned with my geography, and at that time LPDP was amazed because it is such a cross discipline from social science to a more natural science with geographical sciences. And actually, we have a debate in EPS science, like in social science, like geography is a social science or scientific science. Yeah, but otherwise, those application are the most difficult part of preparing my application to study at University of Glasgow in Scotland.
Oh, sounds really interesting, but a little bit complicated about
Complicated.
the preparation, yeah.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I know that studying abroad is not easy as we think. And then, is there any test or something before you need to study in abroad country?
Actually, many universities held such tests or such selection process, such as interview or maybe like psychological test. But in almost United Kingdom universities, there only administrative process, and it is actually is my process to apply to universities. But actually, the hardest part prior to apply my application is preparing my English skill, preparing the writing parts, as well as discussing the research proposal to universities. Uh, but I think of Glasgow cannot be cannot be similarized with other universities in UK because the one in University of Warwick, there is also the test selection in terms of interviewing, and also in other faculties in University of Glasgow, such as in natural science or in a more engineering in technical or engineering, there is also like competencies tests such as technical sets, something like that. I didn't understand well about it. Yeah,
Oh, yeah. So
it depends on your
it depends on
major.
the year. Yes.
Yeah.
And we want to know, did you have some tips or tricks for studying abroad?
Yeah, about tips and tricks, I think uh, the one that I could share is about time management.
Time management.
Because yeah, time management the first, because in during my time applying my application to universities, I I was difficult to manage my time, to manage my work with NGOs, and also to manage my time to prepare such applications. And if you met them at the moment, it would be overwhelmed, and you would face some kind like, yeah, desperate moment or something like that. But yeah, I think that's one, the one that I could share. And the second one is about deepening or reflecting upon yourself, because uh, before we decide to study abroad, we need also to reflect more about why do I need to study? Why do I
Mm.
need to cross this path instead of other paths or other directions, something like that? Because this question will appear for, yeah, specifically for me, especially for me, that I just want to be a lecturer, but at the moment I also want to be a practitioner, that that to achieve this kind of practice is only to work and also to apply your knowledge in a pragmatic way. But during my struggle in preparing my application, I did my discussion a lot with my previous supervisors, with my senior in campus, also with other relatives that are supporting me a lot to study abroad. So I decided my direction to study. As well, the third one, and also for the last one, is to what to equip ourselves with such uh, experiences. Uh, yeah, I think Mas Noval and Mas Zakwan also has interest in some kind of activities. Just do your patient
Yes.
best, and also it will cost you. It will give you more, a lot. I think to provide you with some what expertise in some activities, because I did a lot of research that are pro bono research, like from my other colleges or maybe from my previous lectures. I just did it. I just conducted it, and I did it well. And I just want to run it extra mile, because it will equip me better to understand how the ecosystem of research, and how did I will present or prepare my proposal for my study. And as you can see, I think I have now the research proposal and the research what the research horizon that I want to conduct. Yeah, that's
Oh,
all. I think the tips and tricks. Yeah, I'm sorry. It would be helpful. It wouldn't be helpful more to you all students to prepare, but just do your patient well, and just research. Just do a research with your with your what with your
Okay.
dreaming university or campus that you want to study?
Yeah, I think it's helpful for us because those trip and sick are really meaningful for us because yeah, you need to learn English and
Yep.
then you need to believe in yourself and make yourself ready and make sure that yourself is ready for the exam. And the last is found your passion and then yeah, make it expert in what it is.
Yeah, and also be struggle in what you have decided, because I could honestly say that I was a boarding school student also from one of Islamic boarding school in Banten. uh, at that time I didn't learn well about English, so I just learned it during my time at university. Uh, uh, I just learned a lot from my friends, from my relatives. Also, I took a course, a specific in English course, extending my my course from anthropology to English course. So it is very helpful, and yeah, as you know, like uh, there are six models, there are six capitals that you need to equip to yourself, like praying and also money, also reading a lot or study a lot, as well as like I just forget the name, like Imam Shafi'i said, I think. Yeah, yeah. There are six like competencies or maybe models that you need to equip before you want to be expert or you want to be a leading in such in such experts in such activities.
Thank you so much for the answer, Mr. Fahmi.
And thank you
And
so much for the tips and trick so
and
far.
Yeah.
so it seems the audience has a couple of questions for you.
Okay.
The first one is,
Why did you choose Albert Ludwig University to study?
Okay. In terms of administrative ini ya, in terms of administration, in my prior university in UGM, we have such international tandem research collaboration where my department in anthropology has a MOU with Albert Ludwig University in Freiburg. So at the time I applied to this sim of research, and yeah, I was just offered. And I actually uh, I actually couldn't decline my offer, because my acceptance to this university, because it is such an MOU between university with my between UGM and Freiburg University. But specifically, personally speaking, I would say that I also love a German culture. So I want to be an expert in political ecology. And at the time, I was inspired by my previous supervisor, my previous professor in terms of ecological anthropology, that in every class, he always told a story about how the Black Forest and also how the native in German did their relation with forest attachment. It is some like a philosophical, relational, cultural, socio-cultural, and these things are what inspired me most at that time to study abroad, especially in Germany. I think that's the answer for me, for mas for those who question.
Yeah, thank you for Abu Hamas Hafiz Ala Aiman for asking. And thank you for the answer, Mr. Fahmi. And Now moving on to the second question from Rodi Safia Zaidan. Mr. Fahmi, I want to ask, why did you choose to exchange to Germany, even though there are many other good countries?
Yeah, I think the answer is was answered before, but I
Yes.
just want to add some notes. Uh, Exchange to German has been conducted in UGM since 2004. So it is like an annual, like annual research collaborations between UGM and also with uh, Freiburg University as well. There are a lot of opportunities beside this kind of tandem research. There are also tandem research between UGM and University of Agder in Kristiansand, Norwegia. There is also the research collaboration between Zurich University in Swiss with UGM, also Chiang Mai University in Thailand. But there are this collaboration had a specific research topics, such in Norway the topic is about marine economics, such coastal communities in the area. Also in Swiss is about migration and also political economy in terms of migration and also development studies. And in Chiang Mai University, it is about more about ethnic culture, arts and fine arts, also anthropology of citizenship, something like that. So there are what division of research topics as well as divisions of research in other countries. So why I did Albert Ludwig University in terms of other themes of research collaboration, because in Germany we are offered with diverse research topics in terms of environment, climate change, and also forestry. So these topics actually sparked my interest most in doing a research. And as I have said before, that I want to be expert in this kind of topics. Yeah, I think I hope that answer your question.
And yeah, thanks for the question from Rodi Safira Zaidan. And the next question is from Bananaf. And oh sorry, it's from SMK IDN boarding school. How much cost for study in Germany?
Uh, yeah, thank you for the question. I forgot to mention how much cost to study there. Actually, it is free to study abroad as well for a master and also doctoral degree. I think it is still free to study in Germany, specific in Germany, yeah, in or specific in Freiburg University. They subsidize uh, our tuition fee, and also they subsidize my summer school. At the time, it was called a summer school student exchange. uh, I didn't pay any such cost. Instead, I was paid for my research, for my research conduction there. I paid for almost 3,000 euros for conducting research in a month, at cost, lump sum cost. So I did. So I managed this money to to manage my accommodation there, to manage my travel, transportation, as well as the research facilities, amenities, something like that. As well, actually this course is too many for me, for a student at the time, and I could save the rest of it, because it was like a gift from the DAAD research scholarship. DAAD is like the scheme of scholarship from German country. So they give me a lump sum at cost, these 3,000 euros to me, and the rest that I could save for my personal savings. Yeah, I think that's all. And I couldn't share a lot about how it will cost to study as a master or as a bachelor student in Germany. I couldn't tell this one because I have no insight about this. But I think there are a lot of cost arrangement in any internet or any German sites that you could that you could find. That's all I think from my side, Mas Noval, Mas
Thank you
Daniel.
for the answer, and thank you for the question from SMK Iden Bruni School.
And for the next question, maybe. Oh yeah, from Bananaf. Uh, for your study in UK, are you a scholarship recipient? Or if so, what scholarship did you get?
Yeah, thank you for the question. I thought before that I am an LPDP awardee. The scholarship derived from Indonesia, from the Ministry of Finance, namely Lembaga Pengelola Dana Pendidikan with Beasiswa Pendidikan Indonesia SIM. I was awarded this kind of scholarship. So during my time in Scotland, I will be secured my funding, my tuition fee, my accommodation, as well as living costs, as well as transport and also travel there will be secured with this scholarship. Uh, yeah, I think that's all that I could share with you. I couldn't say how much it will cost because it is still under uh, what under 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 decision from the scholarship.
Hmm.
Um, thank you for the answer, Bananaf, and thank you for the answer, Mr. Fahmi, and thank you for the question, Bananaf. And it looks like we have reached the end of today's series, and we want to thank you for being our speaker and sharing your story and experiences. It's so meaningful for us, well,
Yes, of course.
yeah, and it's interesting too. And I hope the audience will be motivated and educated and also inspired to study in a board university.
Advice for us, or maybe for the audience?
Uh, I think the advice is do your best with your current interest, with your current passion. Uh, there is no such results without any efforts. So you need to uh, to produce more efforts. Instead, you will be left behind, and as well because you are younger, still younger, you have many opportunities and chance to orientate your paths before you are deciding what you want to be, what you are wanted to be. Said you want to be lecturer, or maybe you want to be a researcher, you want to be a scientist, engineers, something like that. Just decide it from now, and as well you need to be responsible for what you have decided, because if we are not responsible with this, we will be diminished with kind of this path. There are no good paths. Actually, there would be a good pet if you can be succeeded in this kind of pet. I think that's all that I could share with you as advice. Instead of this is not only this is not an advice for you. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think thank you also for having me in this session. And I'm sorry for my lapses in English because I am still managing to speak in English, and I also yeah I also don't know this session will be conducted in English, but it is also fun and also interesting for me to share to 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 disseminate such knowledge, to share to tell stories about research connection or student exchange stories in Germany or maybe in other countries. Hope this will shed light for you who want to decide in any kind of paths you want. Thank you.
Yeah. And you're welcome, Mister. And thank you for from us too. And yeah, it
Okay, Mr.
was
Fahmi, you can leave the stream now. Good luck for your. Thank you so much.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
yeah.
I would
See
leave,
you.
and yeah, thank you. Assalamualaikum.
Well,
So, Zakwan, are you interested in studying abroad?
after what I heard from Mister Fahmi, I am really interested. Like in studying in a university, it's my dream since I was kid.
Of course, I'm agree with you. And for me, English is not going to be the problem. What's going to be the problem is what will you what will you prepare for studying abroad? What knowledge you have, what skill you have, what experience you have, and if you don't have knowledge, you're not gonna get a scholarship. And if you don't get a scholarship, you will need a lot of money, and that is the real problem.
I absolutely agree with you, Novel. And that will be the end of this weekend English Talk series. Don't forget to like and subscribe and stay tuned for the next weekend English Talk series. I'm Zafan dari Sulaiman.
I'm Noval di Prasetya.
Sayonara.
Sayonara, ma'asalama,
Goodbye.
goodbye, sampai
Sampai jumpa.
jumpa. Wassalamualaikum
Wassalamualaikum
warahmatullahi
warahmatullahi
wabarakatuh.
wabarakatuh. See you soon, guys.
And stream.